My great job of motivating us each and every week, and that's Hero Royal Bob Darren. So Bob, welcome to the broadcast. Let's see that beautiful face of yours, that wonderful smile. Well, Bob, I know I've talked a lot, and there's a lot of things happening and a lot of reasons to be in Seattle, but I know this next couple that you're going to introduce are not only making an effort to come down from Canada, but they're also having some great results in the business. So I'd love for you just to kind of talk to each of these wonderful women and get an idea of what they're doing and why they're so excited about something.
Absolutely. Well, great job on recognition, Kevin. And, you know, what we're all about is helping other people. I mean, it's plain and simple. With Sheryl up in Canada, she's been holding the mantle of leadership up there for a while. And she's now bringing more people on to follow in her footsteps. And it's just so exciting that what we do is so simple, so duplicatable. If the process is there. So Sheryl, if you're on, come on and join us and let's talk. So
good morning, everybody.
Congratulations on helping Sunita hit Star Elite, and she now has helped not only gone Star Prime, she's gone above that, but now she's teaching other people to go Star Prime. So our 3-step system that, you know, when we first gather information and talk to people, we find out what do they want to accomplish in life, right? And then from there, we sit down and we show them, you know, how to do that through our awesome products. And secondly, we teach them how to go Star Prime, which you did, you know, and then in step 3 is now the question is how many people does Sunita want to help to go Star Prime also? You know, is it 1, is it 2, is it 5, is it 50, whatever that number might be. But why don't you say a few words about, you know, Sunita and just some of the things that you've been doing with her. And then we'll talk also about the excitement of seeing you on Friday. I think you'll be in on Friday, and then we have our day of Sunrider on Sunday. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay, thanks so much, Bob. Well, good morning, everybody. So nice to be here. Mission Monday is my favorite event of the week. It gets me going. Anyway, I actually met Sunita through Patrick, and Patrick is my longtime friend. He's a caregiver, and he's just so dedicated to Sunrider, and he's part of my Sunrider family. Anyway, he shared the products with Sunita for her mom, and it went from there, like huge. And Sunita has an awesome story about her mom, which she'll share. And yes, Sunita joined in June. And by August 10th, she was Star Elite with very little help from anybody. A little guidance on a couple of things with products, but she is she's a businesswoman, she a financial planner, and she just knows what she's doing. So she's so excited about coming to Redmond, not Seattle, Redmond with us. And we're coming down like for the whole event because we don't want to miss anything. And the other wonderful thing is she sponsored her Aunt Basant, and she actually she joined in July, and she went to Star Prime in August. And it's kind of like it all happened just because Sunita is so excited about Sunrider and sharing, right? So, you know, that's all our business is all about. It's about, like you say, Bob, it's about getting to know people, seeing their needs, helping them to have answers to whether it's health or financial, you know, it's important. So without further ado, I would like to introduce my wonderful friend, Sunita, to share about her experience with Sunrider so far and where she's going.
Thank you. Thank you, Sheryl. Very excited. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to you all, and then hopefully getting to know you a bit better over the coming weekend. But my journey started, my life has been crazy. In a nutshell, I had lost my partner September 2018, and my mom was doing great. She was 100% independent at that time. So fast forward a few months, I'm grieving. I'm in a very dark place. My world is turned upside down. So you can imagine. And then come November, December, my mom ends up going to the hospital. Back and forth. So when she was, I believe when my mom was about 32, and this is back in Fiji because she moved to Canada when she was 42. She was diagnosed as a bipolar patient and schizophrenic. So you can understand bipolar is with dealing with the hormones, emotions, and everything, and also being schizophrenia. So you go ballistic. It's crazy. So as a child growing up, seeing that, it was hurtful. Didn't know how to help my mom. So long and short of it, we come to Canada. She had episodes every 7 years, going really full blown schizophrenic, and with all the episodes, being hospitalized for weeks on end. And I took care of her. When she would come out, like, she's heavily medicated. So when she'd come home, good 7 years, and it was like every 7 years, the pattern was there. It was weird. So she'll end up doing that. And it was when she got sick again in 2018, it was that 7-year mark. It was just weird. I don't know how to explain that one. So she ends up being in the hospital. Back and forth, and that took a toll on the body. And come 2020, 2019, I think. 2021, early 2021, January. She just didn't get up one morning. She couldn't get up. And everything was just ailing. You could see her face and her body was shutting down. And she got bedridden, but like we couldn't even move her from her sofa upstairs. And I've got it's a 3-story home, but she lives on the 3rd floor, and we have all the rooms and then the 2nd floor. She couldn't move. Overnight, I had to call Red Cross. We had to move all her furniture from her room outside. Red Cross came in. We had to lift all their what do you call the seatings, toileting, everything in her room. For 3 months, she was bedridden, couldn't even move. I was getting Fraser Health to come in, help her, dress her, shower her, bathe. She was bedridden, so we technically were just cleaning her in the bed. So for us, at that point, it just gloom all around. So we went through this for quite a few, and then she got a little bit better, but back and heavily medicated, back and forth into the hospital. And then I got somehow I got approved with a program that I got a full-time caregiver for her. So I get a caregiver in 2022 November, full-time, to stay with mom. So we get a little bit of a normal life, whatever it was normal in my life. It's not normal in regular life. But he was with us for a while. I had to train him. I trained the kid, and he took care of mom. They built a bond, and mom was okay. But she wasn't able to hold her body straight. She wasn't able to do anything. She'll be lopsided. We'll have to feed her. She was just practically just sitting there. We just had to take care of her. I didn't have a life. I would always have to be around her to make sure the medication was proper. Food was okay. I'd have to cook meals for her to make sure she gets them, whatever food she needed. 2023, fast forward 2023 May, the caregiver on the spot leaves work because his wife is in the hospital. She gave birth to a baby girl, and she had massive blood clotting. So her life was changed, their life changed. So he just took off. So I'm looking for a caregiver. I'm stuck with mom for 2 months, May, June, full month of May and June, taking care of mom. And I'm just stressed. I don't have a moment to breathe. And I look in Craigslist, and I come across Patrick's advertising male caregiver, and specifically says male caregiver, but I didn't have anyone. So I just reached out to Patrick, and I called him, and I said, this is what the situation is. And he goes, yeah, but I'm a male caregiver. I go, that's okay. We can have an interview. I was pretty persistent, and I said, just come for an interview. Right? We can talk. So he kind of like alluded to somebody that was going to give him a ride. And I took the name, and I said, that's a buddy of mine for 35 years. I've known him since I was a teenager. So that was a reference itself, that somebody in the community knew Patrick really well. And even with that, I called this person, his name is Aziz, and Aziz gets on the phone. And even without going into details, because Sunita, from the sound of it, I think Patrick will be a great fit. This person can definitely help you out in the meantime. So Patrick and him come for an interview. So Patrick starts the job on June 19th. And a few days later, he sees the condition of my mom. He was about to walk away. And I needed to go on the island just to get 3 days break because I was exhausted. And I said, Patrick, I begged him and I said, just stay with him. I'll be on the phone. I'll talk to my mom in the mornings to get her out of bed. And if she doesn't get out of bed, just wash her clean. I give her the food. She'll stay alive. But I need to take a breather. I need to go because I'm going to snap. So I took a breather. I left for the island and he stayed with mom. And then when I come back, he kind of just gives me this packet. It's in the morning. I'm going from my meetings and I'm doing my errands. He's like, Sunita, just have this, take this. And I go, what are you giving? He goes, just drink it and go. So I take it and I mix the water and I'm excited because I'm always a go-getter in the morning. So I drank it and I ran. It was from 9 a.m. till 4. I ran my errands, did everything. I didn't feel hungry. So 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm in the car and something goes off in my brain's like, oh my God, I haven't eaten. And then but I'm not hungry. So, and I come home at 5 and I said, Peter, what did you give me? What did you just give me? Because I'm not hungry and I've got this energy and I'm just flying off. And he has this big smile and he goes, yeah, I know. He goes, I go, what kind of tea was it? Because I had to question now, what did you give me? And he's like, it's smiling. He goes, Sunita, it's all vitamins and herbs. It just nourished you. And you did everything you needed to take care of. You didn't need the food. And I was amazed. So at the point he started, he said, let's give it to mom in little, like open the, because 1/3 of it, mix it in the tea, kind of give it to her. And he's huge. Patrick is huge in juicing. So he brings his juice up to my place and he starts juicing all the blueberries and everything, starts giving it to my mom. And it's all the pulp and the good stuff. He makes her little portions, but he makes it. And at this point, my mom is like slouching on the sofa. She's barely talking. She starts taking that in a day, 2 days, taking the herbs, the Fortune Delight, and with the juice and all the pulp of the fruits and some greens in it, he gives her. And she's like, Peter, I like this. Before you leave the house, can you teach me the recipe? She doesn't talk much, but she said that. And we just looked at her and Peter's like, she's got the energy, Sunita. Something's going on with her. And he spent a good quality of time with her, just studying her behavior. She goes, somebody who's psychotic, somebody who's on so much medication, she still is able to express herself in moments here and there. So he goes, if I have your consent or whatever, he goes, let me give her the protein shake and it wasn't the top joinees, we got that later, but it was the the Sunrider protein shake. He started mixing it. He was feeding her like a baby for a week. And her pattern changed. She started having the conversation with Patrick. Her alertness was changing. Her consciousness was changing. And her body demeanor was just getting perky. So, and I'm kind of leery. And I said, I can't afford for her to get sick and being in the hospital. I just won't be able to deal with it this time around. I'm too weak myself. So he made sure I was on the Fortune Delight. I was okay. And I was ready to deal with her. Kind of anchored, took care of me and then took care of mom at the same time. So fast forward and Patrick goes, Sunita, he goes, this might take 6 months to 1 year. Be patient, but I'll work with your mom because we started seeing the change. But what happened in 2 weeks, a week, in 2 weeks and 3 weeks, we just couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it. My mom's color came back. My mom's body was so cold. And that's when I knew that the energy was leaving her body. It was so cold. We'll put layers of blankets and she was still cold and shivering and ailing away. Her energy came back. The color came back. She was able to hold her body. She started getting warm a month into taking all this we started with Top Joy, Ease, LS, Fortune Delight, and everything. We didn't even touch Quinary at that point. The energy came back. So, and then a month later, I think we started the Quinary, the 5 elements, in giving her about 15 pills every day. And the Macali night tea. we took I think it was the second week, Peter said, don't bother taking the chemicals away, kind of weaning her off. Just go, cold on her. Just take everything out. And she used to have blister packs, like 10 pills in the morning, 10 in the night. And no side effects, no psychotic behaviors. Like she is 110% normal. No chemicals, no sleeping pills. She takes Kali night. It took a little bit of adjustment on her, about a week to kind of like get that sleep pattern. And I was getting concerned, but at the same point, there were nights when I'd say, I'll give her the sleeping pills. Then I'll hold myself back and say, no, Sunita, this is going to be wrong. No chemicals in her. Let her really detox and clean her kidneys and liver. And oh my God, I just I got my life. I don't want to get emotional, but my mom is back. She's able to walk. She can walk with no assistance. She's doing her squats. She's doing her exercises half an hour every day. She's able to walk down 15 stairs down to the bottom every day, walk back up with no help, but we're just taking care of her to make sure she's still getting stronger. But the blister packs are lying there. She hasn't taken any chemicals, all herbs. She doesn't even complain anymore because she knows. And in between when she was healing, and I'd say, Mom, how are you feeling in the morning? She would literally say, better than yesterday. For a week, she would go, better than yesterday. And then I'll ask the same thing, Mom, how are you doing today? Any different? She goes, Sunita, better than yesterday. Now when you ask her, she goes, I am great. And in the beginning, she was kind of complaining about taking the quinine because we'll take their pill and put the herbs and mix it with the Kali night tea. She's like, oh, this is too strong and stuff. And then I talked to her. I said, Mom, you see how you're getting better? You're able to enjoy your life. She doesn't even complain. You give her anything. She gets up in the morning. She has a Fortune Delight with the Kali tea. Sheryl gave me that tip, and she's doing great. Then she has the protein shake. And then she has the quinine, and she's heavy on protein because she works out. So she'll have her boiled eggs and stuff. In the evening, she'll have a Kali night tea and go to sleep. And I'm able to, she goes out on the patio, sits there, enjoys her dinner, sometimes brunch we have outside. I took her to Cultus Lake. She sat there with the family all day right by the lake to enjoy the sunshine. She's her consciousness, the alertness, her face, actually her skin tone is changing with his Fortune Delight. She looks beautiful. Like I'll send you a picture of my mom. I'll bring it when I see you guys. She's just looking amazing. And she's in a closet. She's wearing all the clothes she hasn't touched for 5 years. I have my life because my mom is living her life. I have my life back that I'm able to connect with people and meet my friends and just go on about this. Fortune Delight has changed our lives. And I'm not stopping. All my family, my sister's on it, my niece is on it, my aunt. Same situation with my aunt. My mom was bipolar, but she had anxiety. So when she has the anxiety attacks and stuff, it's crazy. Same thing with her. She's been hospitalized a few times. She went cold, cold turkey, left all the chemicals, blister pack because she saw what my mom did. She's doing great. She's got she goes, her energy level is amazing. She gets up in the morning, cleans the house. And she's got a few people on it, and there's more that I'm going to meet because they see the difference. And Patrick got her on the Vita Taste, a few other programs. She's lost 15 pounds. In fact, she lost 12, but I'm telling everybody 15. So I said, you better work on the 3 pounds, because it has to be 15 pounds. So she's excited and she's not stopping. She feels incredible. And her daughter is a nurse and she's an RN, and she goes, I'm going to tell your psychiatrist that you're off the pill. She goes, go ahead. And I told her, go ahead. You don't need these chemicals in your life. Look what the herbs are doing, right? So she's under my guidance, and I get the support from, Patrick and Sheryl to make sure that she's okay, right? But my mom, no qualms. And then Peter sits there and she goes, Sunita, if somebody was psychotic and somebody was that psychotic, and if you took the pills away, they will harm themselves. They will hurt. on a contrast, my mom is just smiling. She's watching movies. She actually sat down and she goes, Sunita, give me a month. I'm gonna be in my kitchen cooking. She's challenging herself. She goes, I'm gonna be there. If I tell her something, I'm not gonna cook for you. She goes, well, I know how to cook it. I just want to be comfortable and I'm gonna get my strength and I'll cook it for myself. I'm like, great.
That's awesome.
So it's been an incredible journey. It's overwhelming, Bob. It's overwhelming when I sit down with her and just look at her. It's like I'm still like somebody's got to pinch me and wake me up. I'm dreaming.
Sunita, now that this last 4 to 6 weeks or whatever it's been, I mean, how can you put a price tag on this?
No, again, it's
You know, I mean, if someone told you 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, whatever, that this would happen, you would probably tell them to take the pills your mom was taking, because there's no way that you would believe that.
no. I was open to herbs because one of the other things I'll tell you about is when we had the COVID. She's 76 years old, 75, 74. She never took the shot. I didn't give her the jabs. And we had family over Christmas in 2022. Every one of us probably had COVID, but my mom was just smiling and being there. Nothing bothered her.
That's
Like
awesome.
she's just a beautiful soul and she's so strong. Mentally, she's strong. But I think we just dumbed her and I was killing her. Then I look at it with all the chemicals and I'm advocating this herb and I'm saying like she was on the death list with all the chemicals going into her body. Her body was shutting down. And when you look at this person, like one day she just got up with the Sunrider product, she's standing up straight. Her body is straight, her chest is up and everything, and she's able to walk. It was the chemicals that was killing her. It was making her muscles so tight and not being able to function.
Yeah.
Then why is we all crazy in her brain? Because of the chemicals, right?
Well, here's the good news is that, we're now working together, all of us as a team. We're going to be giving the message of your message. There's so many people that have, I won't say similar messages, but they're similar in their own way. You know what I'm saying? Where these products, we have a good friend of ours, her brother, almost didn't make it out of the hospital, and she just gave him nothing but New Plus, Fortune Delight, Cali. We had Evergreen at the time. And all of a sudden, not only was her brother out of the hospital, he's back teaching, he's back doing the things that he was able to do because of these products also. So, hey, well, thank you so much for joining us and on this Mission Monday. We look forward to seeing you this weekend, Redmond, Washington. That's going to be exciting. But Sheryl, thank you also for, everything you're doing and Patrick's doing and everyone's doing to continue to help people out. That's what we're here for. We're a community of people that want to help other people. So that's
and I'm staying on this product for life because I want to look youthful and have this exciting life, right? I mean, it's amazing, and she's not going to get out the product. And I said to Mom, I said, remember I got rid of all this medicine and the pills. This is your medicine for life, and she's okay with it. She's like, yeah.
And we have fantastic products, and we have a lot of products coming back. One day you're going to be introduced to something called Evergreen. And when your mother takes that, I'd love to see her face when she uses the Evergreen, because it's my magic product that all of them are magic, but that one for me is it's unbelievable. So
I have to share this little one. I'll tell you this little short blip. My niece is kind of skeptical. She's 29 years old. So I gave her the Fortune Delight and the Cali tea. So she calls me up, and I gave it to her because I know she wasn't going to order it initially. And then she called me up. She goes, Sunita, she goes, mostly, which means, and when's my tea coming? Like, when's my tea coming? And I'm like, it's like a drug order, okay, right? Like, I need my fix. I'm running low. When is it coming? And then she calls me again. So I'm telling her to talk to her friends at work when she sees a little bit of symptoms that she can introduce that. She goes, no, this is our secret. We are going to live forever. This is our secret. I'm like, be nice, be kind, share this. She goes, no, I don't think so. This is my secret. So I have to work with her, but she's seen the difference with just the tea.
That's awesome.
and yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for the opportunity to touch base with you all.
Too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Sunita, well, definitely thanks for
Bye.
the story and thanks for everything, and we'll see you soon. Kevin.
Awesome.
wrap
Awesome.
this thing
Have a
up.
good day, everybody.
Bye, Sunita. Thank you, Sheryl.
Bye.
Yeah, Bob, I think that's awesome. And, those are the stories that we love to share and hear. Product testimonies definitely get people moving, right? To get people started, it gives them that energy on a personal level. And I think, what Sunita said is like, it's our secret sauce. We don't want to share it. But I was just thinking real quick, and Sheryl, you'll recognize this mug that you gave me. But, if you look at this coffee mug, or a hot chocolate mug or a Fortune Delight mug, or whatever you want, a Cali mug, it's, this mug has breadth and it has width and it has depth and it holds value, right? When we pour the Fortune, we use Fortune in that, right? That's the value. But think about the value of Fortune when this cup is full. How do you get more value? If it's full of value, if you guys have the knowledge and you have the information and you have the experience and you have all that goodness, you can't put more value in it, right? Because it's full. How do you do that? You share it. You share it with other people. You just dip a little bit out to other people. And I think that's the message I took from Sunita. She was talking, I ran and got the coffee cup or the Fortune cup, because it's a way for us to say, look, we know what we have. We know the power behind these great products and the philosophy of regeneration. But our cups are getting full. We've been doing this for a long time. Let's go out and share this with people. To great Sunita's stories and her mother and her niece and her aunt and all these great stories you heard just here from her very testimony. So I think that's kind of what we're going to do in Seattle. So we're going to share a little bit of that cup. And people say, why to go to the events? Because I got all this stuff. I want to share it with people. Bob's got this stuff. Cheryl's got this stuff. Sunita's getting this stuff. Let's come together and let's share with one another, because I think that's where the power comes from. So I think Bob is going to be fantastic. Sheryl, I thank you and Sunita for coming down from Canada. I know you're going to Regina too, Sheryl. So this will be 2 for 23. I'll actually get to see you like 4 times, Sheryl. Awesome. All right. Well, that's it, Bob. I think it's great. I think it's another fantastic Mission Monday. Thank you guys for being a part of it. Hopefully you were inspired and motivated, and more product is coming and more people get to try what Sunita's talking about, because I thought that was powerful.
Great job. Thanks, guys.
Always have a great
See you this weekend.
Bye, everybody.